Hi, everyone. Welcome to SQM Picks. I'm David Lipton. For those of you new to SQM Picks, our company SQM first started a blog several years ago to highlight businesses that provide outstanding customer service. Businesses that have been featured range from small mom and pop companies to some of the larger international brands. Highlighted companies come from a number of different industries, including restaurants, retail stores, medical offices, lawyers, and various tourist attractions. We've also featured an auto body shop and a junkyard in the blogs, which just goes to prove that any business can provide outstanding service. Our guest today is Mr. John Fisher, founder and president of Bridgeport Asset Management. John and his team provide individuals with various money management and investment services, and over the years, the company has grown to a point where they manage their own investment funds. John, welcome to SQM Picks.
Thanks actually very much. Certainly honored to be here.
So tell us a little bit about your business. Where are you located? How did you get started? Take it away.
Sure. We're located at Bay and Bloor, just on the outskirts of the Yorkville area. I started the business in 2007, so we've been around close to 18 years now. It's gone quickly. As you said, we manage money for individual investors, smaller organizations, institutions, and third-party financial advisors also use some of our funds. Yeah.
Now, did I say this properly when I say that you have your own investment funds? Is that correct? Did I get that right?
Yes, you do. So we for the most part manage money on behalf of our client base using a series of seven different individual investment funds, and we sort of manage investments inside of those 7 funds here on a in-house basis. There is a wide variety of strategies that we use. Some involve what's called publicly traded assets, i.e. stocks and bonds, and some involve private assets. Private assets would include real estate, infrastructure, different lending strategies, as well as ownership of actually various private companies.
So tell me, when somebody is interested in using your services, I think I probably know the answer to this, but you customize the strategy that you use for individual clients, or is it a one-stop type of solution?
So we customize portfolios by first sitting down with our clients and really getting to a full understanding of what their personal financial situation is, because everyone has a different risk tolerance. People have various investment objectives, different time horizons for how long they actually sort of want to invest. And then we use that information as a starting point to really customize a kind of portfolio. The overall building blocks of every client's portfolio are sort of one of our 7 funds, but we'll sort of mix and match those funds in accordance with someone's risk tolerance and overall investment objectives. So some clients might not own every fund, and some clients might own more of one fund versus another fund. But we've got really all the different building blocks with the 7 different portfolios. Usually there's enough there that we can customize that so that it meets everyone's needs.
Gotcha. And in terms of performance, I'm sure it's like other companies, but of course I'm more familiar with yours, that the client will get either a monthly or a quarterly, like a year-to-date type of report. Is that the way that you keep in touch?
Yeah, so we offer both monthly as well as quarterly kind of reporting on people's portfolios. We use what's called a third-party custodian, and that's a large investment dealer. In our case, it's usually National Bank Independent Network, and National Bank actually holds the client's assets for them. So we don't hold the client's assets here. Legally, they're all always held in a separate account over at National Bank, and National Bank will send a monthly statement directly to a client on a monthly basis. And in addition, Bridgeport sends each of our clients a kind of quarterly statement, which is a pretty good summary of how things have gone over the last 3 months on a year-to-date basis, and on a 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 7 year, 10 year, and since inception basis. So we really, some of our clients that have been with us 18 years, we're showing them 18 years worth of performance history.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
one question that I have here, I know that some of the people like you mentioned earlier, you have a different group of clients. Some might be older, some younger, some about to buy a house, some have homes, etc. What advice do you have for some of the younger folks out there who might just be finishing university, just sort of starting out? How do you suggest that they save and invest?
Putting a budget together when you're just getting out of school, or even kind of before that as a student, is a great idea. I think everyone knows that it's really easy to spend money and it's hard to save money. And I think one of the ways you can kind of manage spending is at least having a high level budget. It may be asking too much of people. I think just kind of today, everyone's so busy and they're so distracted to do a detailed budget, but I think to sort of put together a high level budget is one way to do it in order to kind of control spending and make sure that there's something left at the end of every month to actually invest. The other way to do it, which is probably simpler, is simply to take out a certain amount of money out of your account every month after you get paid and put that into your investment account. And that way, everything that's left, you could sort of potentially spend, but you can't spend more than you have typically. And so, that's a simpler way and an easier way for people to make sure that they're putting away some amount of money every month, because it's really important to start investing early. The compounding effect of putting away money early and watching your returns grow, so kind of returns on top of returns, it's quite big. If someone that gets started at 22 versus 32 makes a huge difference in what your ending portfolio value is.
Interesting. So I'm going to ask you one more quick question before we wrap things up, because we're all about customer service, and that's what SQM Picks is all about. How do you guys go about, and I use the term guys loosely, both how does the team at Bridgeport go about building strong relationships with the clients?
I think it goes back to what I said earlier, which is it's really important to get to know your clients before they come on as a client of the firm, and after they come on to have that ongoing kind of dialogue, because it really enables you to make the right kinds of recommendations. We get clients coming to us asking about, all sorts of different wealth management issues, financial planning, insurance, estate issues with wills, various family issues that impact their finances. And if we have a full picture and really understand what their personal context is, what their important topics are, it allows us to give them better advice. And that, I think, over time really builds that kind of relationship. So, it's important to understand people's financial lives, but it really goes beyond that. You need to understand their personal lives to a large extent either, because the two are kind of intertwined. And all of a sudden, what happens in someone's personal life will impact their financial life, right? So we try to get to know people as much as we can, and as much as they're comfortable allowing us to.
Interesting. All right. Well, listen, some people don't find money management all that interesting. I think it's an extremely important topic for people to understand, especially the younger generations. I know I have always found it interesting every time we chat, and I hope that those watching have learned a little bit about financing and investing. While your contact information is going to show up on the screen, please tell everyone how they can contact your business.
Sure. Please kind of reach out to us. The best way would be client service at bridgeportasset.com. You can find us on the web at bridgeportasset.com. And yeah, looking forward to hearing from people, and always happy to answer questions.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, John. On that note, I want to thank everybody for watching another episode of SQM Picks. Since we're always on the lookout for companies that provide outstanding customer service, if you know of any that you would like to nominate, please send an email about the business to sqmpicks@sqm.ca. Thanks again for joining us, and look for another company to be featured on SQM Picks shortly.
Thanks for having me on.